Good morning and hello. I hope your morning has started off nice and you're ready to do a little bit of math. Okay, our lesson today is a shape sorting and graphing lesson. Our goal is that by the end of today's lesson, you will be able to describe and then sort pictures of various shapes by attributes and create a graph using specific shape attributes in title and labeling of the columns. So let's get started. This is a scalene triangle and a square. Many kids tell me this is a very weird triangle. They say it looks like an icicle when you put it like that. And I've had other kids say it looks like a dagger. But it is called a scalene triangle. And then we have a square. A square is like a box. If we were doing art, this would be the base of our house, and then we would put a triangle on top of it. Not typically a scalene triangle, but I guess you could because it would be art. Let's keep going. We've been studying both of these shapes in our geometry. How do these shapes look alike and how are they different? I just am curious what you know. Well, since you can't be here, I am going by what my kids previously had told me. They both have straight sides. Do you guys see that? This one has 3 straight sides and this one has 4 straight sides. And they have no curves, like a circle has a curve. But a triangle has 3 sides and the square has 4 sides. There are corners, 3 corners or vertices on the scalene, and there are 4 corners or vertices on the square. I noticed that the scalene has different lengths of sides. So it has a short side, a medium side, and a long side. And the square has 4 equal sides. Let's go ahead and get another shape to compare. How about the trapezoid? How is this trapezoid similar to the square, and how is it similar to the triangle? We're going to put them in 2 columns, and can you tell me how they're alike and how they're different? Well, the trapezoid is kind of like a triangle because we know from when we were working with our geometric shapes that if we put a triangle on top of here, it would equal a big triangle because a trapezoid is the same as 3 triangles and we put one up here. That makes a big triangle. Oh, I got another one. Trapezoid and triangle both start with T. That is very true. However, when we're talking about shape attributes, that has nothing to do with the shape. It has to do with the title or the name of the shape. Let's stick with the attributes of the shape, okay? The trapezoid and the square both have 4 sides. They both have 4 vertices. We've found some similarities and some differences in both the scalene triangle and the trapezoid and the square and the trapezoid. But which one do you think the trapezoid is most like? I would have to say the trapezoid is most like the scalene triangle because its sides are all different lengths, like the scalene triangle. The corners are not square. I'm going to say it's because the sides are all different. They're unequal sides. Okay. So let's go ahead and make a group of equal sides and unequal sides. Let's go ahead and label that. Equal sides and unequal sides. Okay? The rectangle. Does a rectangle have equal sides or unequal sides? It has unequal sides. It has 2 short sides and 2 long sides. So I'm going to put that on the unequal side. The right triangle. Does it have equal sides or unequal sides? Well, it has 2 equal sides and 1 unequal side. So it's going to go on the unequal side. How about the hexagon? Are all the sides the same length on the hexagon? Yes, they are. So we will put it on and then we have the rhombus. In our last lesson, we measured the rhombus and the sides were all equal. So we know that it's equal. Okay? So we have unequal sides, the scalene triangle, the trapezoid, the rectangle, and the right triangle. And we have equal sides, the square, the hexagon, and the rhombus. Okay, how would we name this graph? What would we want to name this graph? What are some names that you might want to name this? How many shapes in all? No, that didn't make sense because that has nothing to do with our graph. It does have shapes. Should we name it shapes? What do you think? Well, it's not about shapes, is it? Is it about different shapes? Yeah, they are different. What did we decide to categorize? Unequal sides and equal sides. Could we name our graph all about sides? I like that because we're talking only about the sides of our shapes. All about sides. So we have a title. We have the columns for our graph. Now a graph, let's make these going across equally. And then can you see that? Let's get a darker marker. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could even put a line going across. That's for 4. The lines are not necessary. If I hadn't started, I wouldn't do it again. But for some people, it makes it easier to read. Okay, so now we have equal sides. We have unequal sides. We have a title. We have the number of how many we have of each. How many equal sides shapes do we have? Well, you can look right here and see that we have 3. Or you could count 1, 2, 3. Numbers are really important when you get up over 10. I still use them sometimes for less than 10, like we did here. And how many unequal sides shapes do we have? We have 4. We could look by just looking at the number here, 4, or we could count 1, 2, 3, 4. Either way works. So today we took our shapes and we were able to sort them by choosing a way. We chose equal sides and unequal sides, and we put them into columns and put the equal sides in the first column, the unequal sides in the second column. We put a title. Every graph has to have a title, so you always have to put a title on your graph. More first and second graders forget to put the title on their graph, and people don't know what their graph's about. So it's really important to put a title on your graph. We numbered how many we have. Now let's look at our graph and let's read it. How many shapes do we have in all? We have 7 shapes, that's right. And how many equal sides do we have? 3. How many unequal sides do we have? We have 4 unequal sides. So how many more unequal sides do we have? We have 1 more unequal side than we do equal sides. Good job. We can still look at different things about our graph. You know what I notice? This column, this has 4 vertices, 6 vertices, 4 vertices. And in this column, we have 3 vertices, 4 vertices, 4 vertices, 3 vertices. So those aren't the same. That would be another way that we can make a graph. 3 vertices and less than 3 vertices. Is that a good idea? I like that idea. Should we do that? Okay. Going to take our titles down because that doesn't make sense. All about sides. Let's sort. 3 vertices or more than 3 vertices and 3 vertices. We have 3 vertices here and more than 3 vertices. Ooh. We have 3 vertices. We have 4 vertices, 4 vertices, 4 vertices, 4 vertices, 3 vertices. Ooh, we could have labeled this 3 vertices and 4 vertices. 4 sides and 3 sides. But we said 3 vertices and more than 3 vertices. So how should we title this? How about we title it, How Many Vertices? When we look at this data, we still have 7 shapes. We have 3 shapes that have 3 vertices. We have 4 shapes that have more than 3 vertices. We have 1 more shape that has more than 3 vertices. Awesome job. Well, I hope that you are able to describe and sort pictures of various shapes by attributes and create a graph of your own using specific shape attributes. You can do that and send it to my dojo or to your teacher's dojo. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.